250 class highlights from St. Louis' second playoff round in SMX for 2025. St. Louis, this dome here has hosted some wild races in the past. Now, it didn't seem like it was going to go that way early on. Hayden Deegan is the favorite. He's the champion, and he gets out front early in race one.
Yeah, Hayden came out firing. We saw his face before he went on the gate. He was mean bugging out there. He was ready to go, and it showed this first race. And the track where all the lap times are really close, Hayden Deegan was able to separate himself, but he kind of made it interesting for us. He goes in this corner, just a little tip over, was able to get back up, then stall the motorcycle, but that brought Joe Shimoda in, and normally Joe would be fighting for that, but we found out later on that he was sick. This was Tom Vial, so you're watching him, he's battling Levi Kitchen. Tom was up there with these guys, and then he started going back, really struggling, and the same thing we saw last weekend, so you kind of expected the next race to be the same. Tom ended up finishing 10th in this race, but it was definitely a tough race for him. Then the defending Supercross champion, tough for him. Looks like that is
Anstey.
Yeah, Anstey, yeah. Excuse me, I was thinking about Nate Thrasher because Nate was in front of those guys. Right. But nonetheless, nobody was close to Hayden Deegan pretty much all day long, but especially this first race, he showed up and let these boys know with a nice little whip right there.
Yeah, so he's won all but one moto in this playoff over the last 2 years at this point. Shimoda just hanging on, feeling ill in Moto 2 now. Shimoda and Vial battling for the lead, but then it gets crazy.
Well, it does, but Danger Boy, he gets in the inside there, makes some quality moves early on in the race, and stuff goes crazy shortly after this. And was wondering what would happen, but watch the 47 of Levi Kitchen. He just goes in there, wholesale move, and takes them both out. Huge implications for Hayden, not so much for Levi. I think that in this situation, Hayden had much more to lose. He's going to eventually lose his front brake, so that's going to be tough. He'll come back to 14th.
Cole Davies goes down in the sand there.
Cole Davies going down in the sand, just asked a little bit too much, buries the front end. Hate to see that because he was riding really, really well. Then we're going to go see the defending champ, SMX World Champ that is, of Hayden, making some passes. Tough to do again with no front brake. I'm sure the rest of the bike was banged up to some capacity. He's going to get to 14th. Had he got to 13th, he's getting by Lux Turner right there. Had he got to 13th, that would have certainly helped him. And why? Because he would have been able to control his own destiny. But Tom Vial, now this is a guy that we were wanting to see. Something had to have happened that first race because he's a completely different guy this second moto. Great job by Tom Vial taking the dub. And then Joe being beat and banged sick. He's stuck with it, and on a night like tonight, that's all you can do. The rest took care of itself, hence the collision between Levi and Deegan. There you go. They're talking about it. He's fired up. I just wonder, I want to give Levi the benefit of the doubt because I don't ever really see him ride like that. Was there something we didn't see on air beforehand in the first quarter lap? I don't know.
There's Shimoda, exhausted, like you said. He was sick coming in, was just trying to salvage points, and instead the 2-2 scores win the overall, and with the double points, he takes the lead after Deegan's forced bad night. And the Insta360 250 overall results see Deegan ends up 6th with the 114 head. How about Vial with the 10-1? Ty Masterpool's been trying to show the world that he can race Supercross. It wasn't quite full Supercross tonight, but he was solid, 4-6 for 4th. Nate Thrasher, you never know when the 41's going to get back up to the podium. Tonight was one of those nights. He was 3rd. And Seth Hamaker will be 3rd in points because he's been consistent over the first 2 rounds and was solid all year, indoors and out. So it will be a 10-point lead for Shimoda. RC, you mentioned controlling your own destiny. That was the difference. Deegan needed one more spot in that moto to get it to 9 points, which would have meant if he just wins next week in the triple points, he could still win the title. Now if he wins, and if Shimoda finishes 2nd next week, Shimoda would still be the champion by a point. So there is so much to discuss coming into that one. It's gonna be wild. Let's go back downstairs with